Hello and welcome to another day, another episode of Stories with K. Siddiqui. I hope you all are doing well and are able to find magic in your story, in your life. As promised, I am back and today we are discussing the same book that we had discussed yesterday, since we had not discussed it completely last time, yesterday that is. And the book that I'm talking about is Scattered Minds by Gabor Matt. We had discussed this book, we had discussed the background of it, we had talked about that this book is mainly about ADD, attention deficit disorder, and we have how Gabor Matt, using his own experiences, his children's experiences and everything, talks about it and talks about the cure of it, the solution of it, the reason of it. But mainly from where we had started to talk about what it is exactly. So I read the definition of it, and then we discussed just one part of the definition yesterday, and today I'm going to continue it. What I read yesterday was attention deficit disorder is defined by three major factors, any two of which suffice for the diagnosis: poor attention skills, deficient impulse control, and hyperactivity. Yesterday, we had talked about poor attention skills. I had read an excerpt from which he had tried to explain what ADHD exactly feels like, the kind of chaos that you feel in your mind and everything. So that's about it. Today, we are going to be discussing the second part of it, deficient impulse control. And I'm going to read an excerpt that defines this part. The second characteristic of ADD is impulsiveness of word or deed. With poorly controlled emotional reactivity, the adult or child with ADD can barely restrain himself from interrupting others, finds it a torture waiting for his turn in all manner of activities, and will often act or speak impulsively as if forethought did not exist. The consequences are predictably negative. I want to control myself, a 33-year-old man said at his first visit to my office. Now, Gabor Matt, as I told you, he was a practicing psychiatrist. In the previous video, I said psychologist. He wasn't a psychologist, he was a practicing psychiatrist. So he is using a lot of his patients' references as well in this book. So this one that he said, I want to control myself, a 33-year-old man said at his first visit to my office. But my mind won't let me. The impulsiveness may express itself as the purchase of unneeded items on a whim, without regard to the cost or consequence. Impulse buying? Another man exclaimed during our first session. If I had the money, I would have impulse buy the whole world. I think this is one of very major factors that we need to keep in mind, because sometimes we ourselves either have the habit of impulse buying, or we have people around us who are into impulse buying, and we usually end up shaming them about being mindless spenders, or not taking care of their money, or not planning their future, or not thinking about their fortune and stuff. But I think we need to now start thinking on things very empathetically. Impulse buying is basically a symptom to something else. Impulse buying in itself is not the problem, it's basically an indication to something else. So before we jump on to judging someone for having the impulse buying habit, we need to sit and think as to what might have caused this thing. If that person is not close enough for you to think, then at least don't judge that person. Impulse buying, and the second thing that he has discussed is the urge to speak, sometimes even without turn, sometimes even without thinking. And I think such people are usually judged the most, they are shamed the most. People are very easily annoyed by these people. So once again, Someone speaking out of the turn, someone speaking without being asked, or someone speaking more than needed is once again, that's not the problem. That's the indication to a bigger problem. So rather than judging someone on doing that or shaming someone on doing that, if that person is close enough, you need to sit, think, or maybe take them to a professional to analyze what exactly is leading them towards this behavior. So this person continues this, saying, Gabermat continues this. Social skills, now he's talking about the ADD people, just to remind you guys, social skills are also an issue. Something about ADD hinders the capacity to recognize interpersonal boundaries. Although some children shrink from being touched in early childhood, most of them literally climb all over adults and generally exhibit an almost insatiable desire for physical and emotional contact. They approach other children with a naive openness, which is often rebuffed, impaired in their abilities to read social cues. They may be ostracized by their peers. For parents, it is heartbreaking to witness that their child's exclusion from schoolyard games, birthday parties, sleepovers, and Valentine card exchanges. Although poor social skills generally accompany ADD, this is not universal. One type of ADD child is socially adept and wildly popular. In my experience, such successes hides a lack of confidence in important areas of functioning and masks a very fragile self-esteem. But this may not emerge until these children grow into their late teens or early 20s. Adults with ADD may be perceived as aloof and arrogant, or tiresomely talkative and boorish. Many are recognizable by their compulsive joking, their pressured, rapid fire speech, by their seemingly random and aimless hopping from one topic to the next, and by their inability to express an idea without exhausting the English vocabulary. So, yeah, people who sometimes talk a lot, talk unnecessarily, talk more than needed, talk without their turn, without being asked, or talk, tell the one thing in far more detailed manner than it should be told in. Once again, as I said before, these things are just a symptom. They are not the actual problem. The actual problem is completely different. So I think this book is pretty much self-explanatory. The topics are self-explanatory. We understand what Gabermat is trying to say. He has continued this thing to the third part of the definition, but since we have divided these three aspects into three different episodes, so we would be wrapping up this over here today, and tomorrow I'd be seeing you guys again with another brand new episode and discussion of Scattered Minds.